Here's another episode of white people losing it. Where a woman in Chipotle berates employees over mask mandates. Thinking she's being noble in her stance, she continues on.
You know what? This is modern day segregation.
Here's strike one.
I love all of you people. You know what? I love you. I love you. You're a beautiful woman. I'm not. Oh, go away.
There's a big strike two. And strike three is when this MAGA charade is finally over. It may have been the perfect opportunity for the employees to say, ma'am, this is a Chipotle. What gets me is American citizens, in the middle of a pandemic not seen since roughly 1918, continue to endure unwanted distress from folks like this just to make a buck from a corporation in this country.
More than 530,000 American lives lost to COVID-19. But now, signs of hope on the horizon. A decline in the number of COVID cases, deaths, and hospitalizations recently appeared to stall, but tonight the number's falling again.
Even if the numbers are trending downwards, what gets me is how, to Chipotle Karen here, they just don't exist. I understand she is in Las Vegas. I also understand very fine people like Texas Governor Greg Abbott lifting restrictions in his state, while Florida Governor and welcomer of death Ron DeSantis, like Trump, never cared to control it. The scenes in both of these areas in the country are troubling. This is the mentality that will lead us down a path of doom with no caps. The fact is, the country and its residents have been fed so many lies that deceit is what they champion. In Vegas, Karen brought up segregation, then made a direct beeline to two black women. There is a link between individuals who express anti-mask sentiments and those who practice racism and discrimination. The issue appears to stem from such individuals as prioritizing their freedom over the public health goals of governments. Furthermore, mistrust in institutions and experts that primarily comes from our lack of meaningful engagement in decision-making has furthered anti-mask sentiments, leading to long-term inadvertent effects on our public health initiatives, wrote Longwood.com. As the ecologist put quite well, one of the tricks of the far right is that they say they only want to hurt black people or Muslims or immigrants or gays, but in practice, their policies hurt all working class people. It's divide and rule, and white working class racists get ruled too. There is no question, per another outlet, that the rise in anti-mask protests have served as recruiting grounds. Their defiant acts of not wearing them in public have a direct link to racism, misogyny, and xenophobia. Like most cultural movements, it has a certain demographic trend. Most anti-maskers are white and privileged, when the best explanation you can come up with for not wearing a face covering in the time of a substantially infectious pandemic is, I can't breathe in a mask, so I choose to not wear a mask. It directly implies my comfort should be of utmost importance, and I expect you to make adjustments that suit me.